Okay, we are live. Hold on. Good morning. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me get it together. Okay, it's 8 o'clock on the dot. Totally 100% committed. Hold on. Wanted to make sure that we started the show on time, but let me get everything together here. Welcome everybody on YouTube. It is a toxic talk. Hold on. I didn't mean to be so unprofessional right now, but let me just cue in and get it together. Hold on a second, guys. Let me just get my mind right. Just wanted to make sure that regardless what happened, we started we started on time. Hold on. My daughter's on the phone. Hey, hold on a second. Hold on. Wait, hold on, guys. I'm gonna do my intro in a minute. About to do my podcast, okay? Everything all right? Hold on. Say hello to my peoples first. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Say hello. Yeah, you on right now. Just say hello to my peoples. Good morning, everyone. That's right. Hey guys, it's my daughter Arena. God bless her. She's morning. I was calling you because it's really bad out here, so I just wanted you to tell you to stay safe. Wait. Let's talk about that real quick. Remember, everybody's listening. It's not just you and I in the conversation, okay? Just remember that. People listen. So everybody, wait. Let me just give you a backstory before we get her report. My daughter Rena, I love her to death. I'm so proud of her. This is a grown ass woman doing grown things, and she's a mom. She's a mom as well, and God has blessed me that she made me a grandfather with my beautiful grandson Jace that I talk about on this show. You already know. So I just want to say that first. I want to say to my beloved daughter right now, in front of all of y'all, that I love you and God bless you. Now. She's on the road going to work because she's young. She's not like old like all of us, especially me. I'm the oldest guy in this chat room. Even though I think I work harder than all you guys anyway, but that's another topic, another story to talk about. I think I do. But anyway, my daughter's in her 30s. I think she's 35, 34, 35, 33. I don't know where she's. Oh, you're 34 years old? 34 years old. God bless. My daughter's 34 years old. She has a full-time job. She lives in a great place. And God, Maureen, I want to say God bless you. God, but you have done so well in your life so far, and God bless. Now, and my question is, guys, have you ever, before I start the show, and guys, I don't know if you can hear my daughter. My daughter's on the line. Before I get into that question, she's driving to work. Now, Rena, my daughter lives in Connecticut, lives in the Bridgeport area. She works about an hour away, whatever, 45 minutes away. Arena, please drive carefully. But what's the roads looking like up there in Connecticut? Oh, the roads are horrible. I'm actually going to turn back around and actually go home because it's really slippery. So I think maybe I tell you what. Why don't you get off the phone so you can concentrate? Yeah. But Arena, when you get back home, call back. I want to know. Call back. No, please. I'm gonna get off the phone. I'm gonna get off the phone with you right now. Okay. And call while I'm on the air, so I know that we know that you're okay. Okay, gotcha, Dad. All right, love you. I love you. Bye. Because sometimes, how many times? Wait, before we're gonna start the show. Okay. It's Toxic Talk Thursday, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team. We're live, the organic self of this show. It is Thursday. What's today? Thursday the 6th, it's 25. It's a few minutes after the hour. Thank you so much, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, featuring the Wake Up Team. Only place on earth where you get your morning start, right? We already know this. This way you get your morning love. The shout outs are coming back. I got some free chat room members, week church that we used to have back in the day. Hold on, we're gonna get into all of that. And God bless everyone in this chat room. Lynette Serrano, it's good to see you in the chat room. God bless. So my daughter is heading back home. She's turning around. Hold on. I'm just trying to get it together because I wanted to make sure I started the show on time at 8 o'clock. Totally 100% committed. So there was a lot going on. And then my daughter called. Neroma Johnson, thank you for purchasing your ticket to the Shawn Harvey birthday bash down at Comedy in Harlem on March the 8th, about 5 weeks from now. Y'all come on out and celebrate. and let's celebrate life and let's just have a good time. But I do want to see everybody from the chat room in person as well. In our work careers and our work life, and some of us have worked all our lives, and some of us don't work no more, and some of us stay home and collect a check, and some of us are still out there pounding the pavement. But let's go back in the day when when all of us used to have to physically leave our house and go to work. And people who were working from home 20, 30 years ago might have been a 0.5% of the workforce. Y'all remember that? Because we thought that was strange back in the day to work from home. But you just heard the conversation with my daughter who called on the humble. Remember, we said that in the hood, the humble. She called, just to check on me. And that's how I said, God bless her. I love this woman. She's one of the kids that I love. I got 5 kids. A few of them I don't like, but this one I love. I love all my kids. But you see in the conversation, the roads are bad. Here in the northeast part of the country, the roads are bad. I live in Pennsylvania. I live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And I went outside real quick. And then I came back in. But when I went outside, there's a sheet of ice on my windshield, which is a strong indicator that if there's a sheet of ice on the windshield, the roads are bad. So stay home if you can. But she just called, right? She just said, Dad, I'll call you back. And if she doesn't call back, in about a half an hour, we're going to call her back. She said, Dad, I'm turning around. The roads are too bad. Thank God for Jesus. Thank God for Jesus. Thank God that this woman, my daughter, on the phone, and we didn't even know, we were just going to talk about the weather conditions, right? And she said that the roads are really bad. And you heard what I said. I said, yo, let's stop talking, concentrate on driving. And then she said, she made a decision. I'm turning back and I'm going home. Some people don't have that option to do that. Even today, the times that we live in today, the type of jobs that people have, they can't just sit back and go, yo, you know what? I'm turning back, I'm going home. But if you're blessed to have that type of job, and we're going to get into the show. Princess, what's going on? Shawn Harvey Morning show, back to his organic self. How many of us in our work career, and there's a lot of us in the chat room right now, Lord knows, we've been working a long time. And y'all say I don't work. I work harder than most all of you in the chat room. How many times in your work career, guys, that you was en route to work and you turned around and said, I can't do this because of whatever reason, but let's say especially the weather. How many times in our work career we was heading to work? We might have been halfway there. We might have been close to the door and said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm turning around. Put a number 1 in it before we start the show. Put a number 1 in the chat room. If you ever were en route to work and you changed your mind. And I'm going to call my daughter back in a few minutes because I'm concerned. Y'all heard the conversation. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard the conversation. She said, Dad, you good? Because she always checks on me. God bless her. I said, yeah, I'm good. What's going on with you? She said, and welcome to Toxic Talk Thursday. She said, Holla's calling in too. We're going to talk that talk. She said, the roads are really bad. And Dad, I'm turning around and I'm going home. Okay. Call when you get home. That's what I said. You heard that. I'm going to call her back in half an hour because I'm concerned. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Have you ever, if the weather was bad or the roads were terrible, it was terrible conditions on transit going to work, have you ever turned around and went back to work? And I'll give you one example in my work career that I did that. I used to work in this mailroom down in Midtown Manhattan. My man hooked me up with a mailroom job. It was dope. But this is back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, when you worked in the mailroom, and it was a dope job. Put number 1 chat room if you ever worked in corporate America and you showed the mailroom crew love back in those days. You remember that's no good. Do they have mailrooms back? I haven't been in I don't know how to talk to me. Have you ever? They still got the mailroom. Put in number 1 chat room if you remember the mailroom. I used to be hot stepping in that mail room, delivering my packages in the mail room and talking to the lawyers and all. I did that for a law firm for 3 years. I remember one time I was living in the Bronx, obviously, that's where I'm from. And I got on the number 2 train over there, Innervale or wherever, I can't remember, Innervale, Prospect, whatever. And the train got to like 149th Street and 3rd Grand Concourse heading southbound down to Manhattan. And there was massive delays heading downtown to, down to the Midtown Manhattan. Everybody was going to work at 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it was. And I made that decision. I said, I've been sitting here for 45 minutes on the Grand Concourse at 149th Street to head down to 59th and Lexington. All the trains, no trains are going downtown. I think somebody jumped on the train and shut it all down. I called the job and said, I can't do it. I turned around and went back home. Put a number 1 in the chat room if you ever turned around and went back home. And put in the chat room, what was the reasons why? What was the reasons why you turned back around and went home? So we're going to call my daughter soon because I want to make sure she got home. She said the roads are bad and it's icy. She's got to turn back around and she has to go back home. Matter of fact, if y'all don't mind, put some prayer emojis in there for my daughter, Arena. She was just on the phone with us before some of y'all came in. Some of y'all heard her. Put a number 1 in the chat room. Put some prayer emojis in there. You worked at 280 Park Avenue, Shawn? No, it was Princess. It was 535 Madison. It was a law firm. Their name was Dillon and Reed. They used to be on Wall Street, and then they moved uptown to this fly ass office in this new office building, 535 Madison. Crazy. I was young then. My skin was good. I weighed 150 pounds. You know how it is, Princess. You know what I'm saying? I had hair back then. My ex-wife took the afro and divorced back in the day. I was high stepping. I had a car. Oh my God. I had a car. I was young. I don't know, Princess, how old was you when you started driving? Like, I was driving early. I was like 18, 19, 20. I had a car in the hood. Now, I want to say something real quick. And y'all put those prayer emojis in there for my daughter. I want to bring this up real quick. I'm trying to bring the story up. But yesterday, I'm gonna paraphrase, but yesterday, Donald Trump, the President Trump, wrote an executive order that transgender women can't participate with the girls, and it was an executive order. I'm gonna pull it up for a second. I don't know if you heard about this. And welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring a wake-up team with its organic self, the way we used to do it back in the day. Shout out to Cindy J. Shout out to Mitch Meeko. I hope these young ladies are okay. Mike Grassley, good morning. President Trump had an order of, I had the story, where yesterday he eliminated transgender athletes from participating with men and women. And when he made that announcement yesterday, when he signed when he signed the executive order, let me see. It says Donald Trump signed an executive order intended to prevent transgender athletes from participating in female sports. It's the no men women's executive order. No men women executive order. God bless everybody in the chat room. Yo, John, I see you. D-Lo, I see you. Mike Grassy, I see you, man. Mike, I know we talked briefly yesterday over the phone the other day, and I didn't mean to rush you off the phone. Mike, I was talking to some of the other people who was on the phone with me. But Mike, I reached out to you. It's good to see you. And shout out to everybody over there on YouTube, because sometimes Mike Grassy is parked over there on YouTube, and shout out to him. Hold on, guys. I got to put my glasses on. That's why I'm trying to act cute. I'm sorry. Look, guys. I got my glasses on. Hold on, because I'm old. It says, and I can't see, but I do a lot of vitamin D. Pause. A lot of cod liver oil. Okay, President Donald Trump signed an executive order intended to prevent transgender athletes from participating in female sports. The No Men and Women Executive Order is the latest from Trump's aim to restricting transgender athletes. Before we get into the show, and we got a new segment on the show too. If you put a dope story in the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team group on Facebook, you might have a chance to have that story. I might talk about that story on the show. Go to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team Facebook group, throw a story in there, and that story might be on this show. And you might hear my perspective of it. Donald Trump is causing rampage in the federal government. He's purging the government, firing everybody. And then he got his man, Elon Musk, there. With Musk, he got his assistants, a bunch of 19 to 25-year-old Babylonians. I'm talking about pure Babylonians to shred and dismantle the U.S. federal government. But half of y'all voted for Donald Trump, so half of y'all lost your job. Princess, what building did you work in Midtown? I didn't work in 280 Park Avenue South. I was in and out of that building. I frequented that building. That I will share with you. But when I worked in Midtown Manhattan, it was 535 Madison. And my next, again, I gotta look in the chat room. Do the mailroom guys still exist in corporate America? Do they still have a mailroom? I thought the mailroom was the dopest job. President Trump signed executive order intended to prevent transgender athletes from participating in female sports. The No Men and Women Executive Sports Executive Order. It's to restrict the transgenders from playing the sports. Hold on, let me see what's going on. Oh, my fault. There go Rel. Rel, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Everybody, Rel Holla's on deck. Hold on a second, Rel. Everybody, we could barely see you, but it's all good. Let's clap for Rel Holla.
Hold on. I'm outside, but what's going on, y'all? Good morning, everybody.
Yo, Rel, it's good to see you, man. God bless you, man. Rel is in the chat room. Rel, before just to throw just to spitball off the wall real quick, pause. Rel, I was telling them I used to work in corporate America in the mailroom back in the early 90s, and I just wanted to know, do those mailroom jobs still exist? Like, do y'all, I don't know, I don't know if they worked I used to work in the mailroom, and the perks of the mailroom was unbelievable, man. You got access to the lawyers, the secretaries, you're running around, you're going outside, you're delivering things around the corner. This was before people worked from home and all of that. Well, you ever did any kind of mailroom or knew somebody that did that whole mailroom thing back in the 80s and 90s? Because that mailroom thing used to pop back in the day.
That mailroom thing was a thing. I never did it, but I know it was a thing. That was a job that just got you in the building so you could try and elevate to another level.
Right. And then they also had the print shop at the attorney, at these attorneys' office, where you did mailroom and the print guys were together, and it was just a good look back in those days.
Right. I don't think it exists anymore because of internet and email.
Right. That's what I'm asking. Bernadette, Bernadette, I need you at my birthday show, March the 8th. Rel will be in the building. I need everybody there. Well, before we get into this, man, and welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Rel, I want to hear your thoughts on this real quick before we start with our little segment. And Rel and I, we're going to talk about one of our topics we want to talk about is men lonely? Are men lonely? Are single men lonely? Are married men lonely? And it doesn't have to be a physical lonely. It could be a mental lonely. It could be any kind of lonely that could lead to something else. But we'll get into that. Rel, President Donald Trump signed an executive order with the intent of preventing transgender athletes from participating in female sports. Donald Trump has signed an executive order called the No Men in Sports Order, where the transgenders cannot participate in female sports. Now, when he signed this executive order yesterday, Rel, he had a bunch of school age and like high school girls and mom, like a bunch of moms behind him. The optics was dope. The optics was dope. He had all the girls around him, of course, a lot of Babylonians, and he signed the order, that's it. On the federal level, trickle down to the states. If you're transgender, okay, you can't participate in women's sports if you identify as a transgender woman. Now, I just want to give my take on it real quick, Rel. Out of all these executive orders that Donald Trump has signed, and welcome to the show, guys, only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, with the one and only content creator, Mr. Holla. Rel is big on the internet, and God bless him. Rel, out of all executive orders that Donald Trump has signed, I don't agree with none of them. But this one, Rel, I'll be honest with you. This one right here, this one, Donald Trump is on point 100%. Now, remember, I'm liberal from the Bronx, New York. I'm a Democrat. I'm for the gay folks. I love y'all. Rock out. My cousin's gay. Everybody, we know everybody. Everybody's gay. We get that part of it. But to have a man that's a transgender who identifies as a woman to go into the girls' locker room, first of all, that's disturbing to me. And secondly, to go out there just because you identify as a woman to now play basketball, baseball, football, tennis, or whatever, or run track with the ladies is, for me, it's unacceptable. I got daughters. I have daughters. My daughters is grown as hell, and they weren't good athletes anyway. My daughters are scrubs at basketball, but still, they should be able to play with women or little girls. I'm for this order, Rel, for some of these reasons that I said. Rel, what is your take on this No Men executive action by President Donald Trump to eliminate the transgender community to participate with the women?
I like you said, there's some stuff I'm like, he's bugged out, but that I'm like, I totally agree, because I don't know if y'all see, I think it was a boxing match with a transgender woman and a woman, and it was not right. That wasn't right, because we still talking about man strength. You understand what I'm saying? Like I don't care if a man and a woman, and I'm not saying that there aren't women that's stronger than men out there, but I promise you, if there's a man equally as strong as a woman, that man will overpower that woman. You understand? Like, if it's just genetics, it's not nothing against. Yeah, there's women that you out in the street. Are there women that may be tomboyish, or they may be lesbian, and they dress more like a man, and have they probably knocked somebody out? Yeah, but I bet you, if you find a man, there's a man that, if they train the same way this woman trained, they going to hurt that woman.
Yeah.
They will hurt her. So yeah, I just don't agree with the
Yeah.
the transgender females that women that were once men going against women is that's crazy.
Yeah,
That I just think.
yeah, I totally agree 100% that first of all, it's out of order for real. Um, he did sign an executive order that this country is back to men and women. I mean, for trans folks and gay folks, you're gonna have to chill and be quiet until the Democrats come back in office, and then maybe that might be a different ideology back then. I don't know, but well, I'm gonna throw a solution at you with this problem. Maybe this could help. What if the trans folks just did their own athletics in their own trans community?
I think that could work. I don't know who's gonna watch it, but I mean they barely watch the WNBA now. So you know what I mean? So I don't know if they're gonna watch like a transgender basketball league. I don't know who's gonna watch it. I don't know. That would
Yeah.
be, you know.
And they had a young lady that was crying. She was a transgender woman. And well, I'll be honest with you now. I'm gonna put a pause on this, or like they say, no homo back in the day. But I'm gonna pause this before I say what I gotta say. There was a transgender woman on Instagram. Well, she looked good. She looked good. I'm not gonna lie. It was a transgender woman. She looked good. She looked good. Her face was all made. I would have never known she was a transgender woman. I'll be honest with
Right,
you.
right.
I'm okay. And guys, I'm okay with my sexuality. Okay? Y'all can kiss my ass. Y'all
Oh
already
no,
know how
listen,
I feel.
listen. There's definitely the surgery is the surgery is real out here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like the surgery is real, and I'm telling you, you gotta really like yo. Let me please can I see your birth certificate, please, please, and thank you
Uh,
because
and
this
well, and before we get into the comparison to trans women and regular women, and that's pretty weird to say that regular women. Women, I love y'all, no question about it. Uh, well, well, this trans woman was crying in tears because
right,
she went to renew her passport and all her other ID, it says women or others on it or whatever. She gets a passport the other day from the United States government, and they put male on her passport. So she says, I clearly identify as a woman. You could see that I'm a woman. All my paperwork says women. My driver's license. And now that Trump signed this order, it says that I'm a man. And her defense was like, she said, this could put me at risk, identifying as a man, knowing that I'm a woman. So the Trump administration and the US government is already starting.
mm,
This woman was crying, Rel, crying that her passport said male. And when she asked the passport agency why, they said because of this executive order, whatever was on your birth certificate, man or women, that's what it's going back to. You don't have those options. So in the next coming years, guys, the trans community and folk who want to identify as rabbits or identify as a cow or whatever, all that's going to be taken off the paperwork. It's going to
right,
say back in the day. I don't know, Rel. You might be too young for this, but back in the day, put a number one chat room for all my old school folks in there. Applications and all type of interviews and all this paperwork had male and female on it, right? Men
right.
and women. That
It
was it.
didn't say. It didn't say. It didn't say male, female, or non-binary. It never. It didn't. It didn't say that. I was. I'm old enough to that. I was in at least caught that part of.
Okay, you caught that
You
part?
know. Yeah, 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 I caught that. Yeah, I was old enough for that. Because when my first little job at McDonald's when I was 15, yeah, it said male and female. It wasn't no male, female, non-binary.
Yeah.
None of that. It wasn't
Yeah.
no.
So for the next 4 years, guys, to the gay community. All that paperwork is changing. And you're gonna have to figure it out from there because it's no way of changing it because the Republican Party runs the whole government from the Congress to the Senate to the presidency.
Oh, they
So
got all the they got all the offices.
they got yep, they have Congress, they got the executive branch, obviously the presidency, and they got the legislature. They got it all. They have all the senators, they have all the Congress folks, and they have the presidency.
Oh
So
wow.
so for the next until the Democrats are back in office, this is what you're gonna see.
Right.
Now, Rel, first of all, Rel, hold on, give me a second. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning Show with the Wake Up Team with the one and only, the internet sensation, Mr. Rel Holla, Mr. He's staying single forever. But remember, back in the day, Rel was in a relationship on the show. Put it up in chat room if you remember when Rel Holla was in a relationship and he would put his boo out there and we were showing him so much love. Put it up in the chat room if y'all remember when Rel was in a relationship 30 years ago. Now, Rel, before we get into that, Rel, one more real quick one. There's a woman, this woman's a rapper. She wears damn near 600 pounds.
Oh
She was
yeah.
trying to
Oh, you know I was going to post about that, but yeah.
guys, did you see the story about the young lady who was about 600 pounds? She was trying to get a lift, an Uber lift, but I think it was Lyft, and the driver refused to put her in the car, because of the weight restrictions. He talked about the shock. He's like, "Miss, I can't do this. Call another Lyft." She got an attorney and sued Lyft. Now, my whole thing is before I get into that, Rel, Rel, you walked away from your phone. Come on back to the other side. You don't have no Rel, you still there? The woman, no disrespect. How much did she weigh?
She's like
Rel, come
500
back
pounds.
closer to you gotta come back closer.
She was like 500 pounds.
500 pounds. Well, what's your take on that before I get into this real quick, if you don't mind? And welcome to the show, guys. Lynette, I see you. D-Lo, I see you. John, you're in the building. Mike Grassley, I see you. Nicole Harris, God bless you. We're going back to our organic self. We truly appreciate you. Princess Cox, no pause. First Black Heart. We're here. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Go ahead, Rel.
Well, me being a driver, me being the actual driver, me being out here in these streets and dealing with, all these different passengers. Yeah, I have to say that when I had, okay, let's just say if he had a Prius and he had a Mercedes, but I think it was a small Mercedes. I don't think it was like a big, like it was a smaller class Mercedes. And I know there's only but so much room in certain cars. So like me, I got a Chevy Traverse. So that's a
Yeah,
SUV, 3 rows,
yeah, yeah.
So in certain instances, if a certain car pulls up, like let's just say I pull up and it's too many people, right? Like if I had a sedan and it's 5 people, I can refuse the 5 people because it's too many people, or if you have too much stuff, or you have too much luggage, or for various different things, you can refuse people. But if he knows his car and he knows it's gonna be a little tough for her to get in the car,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like he knows his car. But should she have? I mean, listen, why did if she was to get a flight, if she was to order a flight, don't they, isn't that a thing with the airlines? If you're a certain size, you gotta get 2 seats.
I think so.
So why, if you gotta get 2 seats in the airline, why you ain't ordering the Uber XL? You know what I'm saying?
Well, welcome to the show. Shout out to whoever that was that walked behind you. God bless.
That's Mom Deuce. That's Mom Deuce.
Oh, shout out to Mom Dukes.
Yeah.
God bless you, Mom. And welcome to the show, Mom. This is what I say on this. Everybody in the chat room, could we give heart emojis for Rel Holla's mom that just walked by with the mask on? Could we do that, please? Let's put heart emojis in the chat room for Rel Holla's mom. Now, Rel, here's the problem here. Okay, Miss, God bless you. I don't have no sympathy. Okay, what are you suing Lyft for? Lyft has nothing to do with this.
Right.
Okay. Okay. You walked over to the driver. The driver refused to have you in his car. The driver is an independent contractor for Lyft.
Right.
Okay. He's not walking around. He's not Lyft.
Right.
He's hustling for Lyft on a 1099. There's nothing wrong with
Right.
that. So basically, he's his own boss. Long as he doesn't violate the policies of the company, and that's with any company, whoever you work for, whether you're independent or not. Well,
Right.
let your moms know they putting hearts in the chat room for.
Oh, they put hearts in the chat room.
So,
Hearts in
so,
the chat room for you, ma.
and this driver didn't violate any policies. Well, just said it. He just said it. He just said if it's too many people, too many bags, we have the right to refuse.
Right.
Okay, so this woman who is 6'7", this chick is the size of a planet.
Right.
Okay, this chick has her own gravitational pull.
What's the name? Waka Flocka's mom, Big Deb.
Yeah.
Deb, that girl was on a show, like a show like where rappers are trying to get on, and Big Deb was like one of the judges, and Big Deb, this is what I heard, that Big Deb refused her and told her like, yo, baby girl, you need to like focus on your health and you need to do this, that, and the third. Like you should focus on getting healthy. So
And
basically she said you should focus on losing weight. That's basically what she said.
and let me tell you something. Miss, you taking lift very literally. They can't lift you, miss. They can't lift you. Lift cannot lift you. You are
Lift cannot lift you. It's crazy.
you can't be lift, honey. Okay? And you knew that. And Rel's right. You should have ordered. You needed one of those Amazon trucks. You know the Amazon guys that deliver our packages with the blue trucks with the light blue trim. You need an Amazon truck to take you back and forth, ma'am. And then you got the nerve enough to post up and get some attorneys to sue Lyft. What are you suing Lyft for? I'm still trying to figure that out. But folks got sympathy for her. And what Rel just said, she was on the show, and the young lady's Deb said, yo, maybe you might want to focus on that health. No disrespect to the big folks out here in this world. Y'all know what lane y'all in. Y'all know if y'all want to go on the plane, you're going to have to get the whole row. Y'all know, y'all. And then when you violate your own policies, then we get into this place.
Right.
I don't have no sympathy for you. This man has to work. This man has to make sure his car is maintained so he can chase the bag all day. It might have been a busy day. What about the driver, fella? What about the driver? He might have been having a busy day. He might have been on a good run. You know what I'm saying? And he might have made his money marker 2 or 3 hours before he wanted to, and now he's going for the gusto to make this extra paper, and here you come.
I heard they took him off the platform too.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I heard they took him off the platform.
Oh my God. I see that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Now that's unfortunate. See, Miss Gravitational Pull, Miss, you're the size of the planet Mars. You need to be in a cargo van. You got this man fired. He's off the platform.
Yeah, he's off the. I heard.
And what if he got in your car and destroyed his shocks?
The other thing too, if he's driving a Mercedes, I'm more than likely, because when I first got my BMW, like a lot of those luxury cars, sometimes a lot of those cars use run flats. They use run flat tires. Run flat tires, you feel everything. Like even with nobody in the car, like you go over bumps, you feel everything on them tires. So I know if he had run flat tires, yeah, too much weight could mess your rims up. Like it could mess up. Yeah,
Uh, lady, you're terrible. Look what you did. Look what you've done.
yeah. And I just feel like she was just trying to get clout and get like it's crazy because I just feel like it turned into her, getting clout and just building up her following, because she even does stuff like she goes live. She'll go live on like I think Instagram, and she'll be in like a bra and leggings with her stomach out and everything. So I
Oh,
just
she
feel
won.
like,
No.
yeah. So I feel like it's a clout thing, and it sucks because it cost him his money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God, this is terrible. Look at you, miss. Look at you. Look what you did. You violated your own policy. You came outside knowing that you wasn't supposed to come outside. You're 700 pounds. You're breaking the concrete on the pavement when you walk down the block. You can't even breathe. You got the nerve enough to be on social media. You are a 600-pound narcissist. And look what you did. My man is out there having a good day, minding his business, and now he's not on the platform because Lyft don't want no part of that smoke. And she might get a check.
She
This
might,
was
and she might not, because the one thing that she got to understand too. I mean, Lyft's lawyer. I mean, they got money, so the lawyers they got is going to chew this up. You know what I mean? Because
and
too, because too. Also, I mean, there's something that as drivers you got to sign where I think it has to do with like there's certain things that because if it's something that you do, right, they can't really um go after Lyft because we're independent contractors. You know what I mean?
if even with the independent status of the driver, if I was the driver, I'm getting an attorney and I'm suing everybody. I'm suing Lyft. I'm suing everybody.
Right,
This is not his fault because this bitch can't close her mouth.
right.
That's not his fault. And a lot of you 600-pound narcissists, big people, y'all need to stay in your lane. Nobody says nothing to you when it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon, when you're eating lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
Right,
laying on the bed at the same time.
right,
This is terrible.
right.
All right, well, before we get into what we want to talk about, and guys, welcome to the show, only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the one and only Holla. Rel, before we get into your thing, and thank you so much for spending some time with us, man. Thank you. I truly appreciate you. And y'all know where to follow Rel. You know he's our hero. Rel, where can they find you on Instagram real quick?
And my name is right up here. It's up here. Rel
Yeah,
Holla.
that's right. There you go. Yeah, at Rel
It's the
Holla.
same. It's the same everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's all the same.
Rel, and guys, don't forget the Shawn Harvey birthday bash. That's March the 8th, Comedy in Harlem. That's 750-A St. Nicholas Avenue. That's on 147th Street, New York City, Black-owned club. Y'all all meet me down there on March the 8th. I want to see everybody down there in this chat room in person. God bless y'all. You know I love y'all to death. Well, before we get into our little topic real quick, this is a hygiene question, Rel. Rel, how often do you wash your bed sheets? Uh, 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 you should wash your bed sheets at least once a week, but the average is twice a week. I usually wash my bed sheets and pillow covers and all that at least twice a week.
Oh, you
Uh,
mean you just change your sheets once a week?
Sometimes I change them, but sometimes I got them in the rotation. I wash the sheets. I take them off the
Right.
bed and I wash them.
Because some people got a lot of sheets. Like some people got a whole bunch of different sets of sheets that they just be rotating.
Yeah, but a lot of time for me, that wastes a lot of space in the crib. For me, that's
Right.
just for me. You
Right.
got all these sheets, then they in the linen closet looking crazy.
Right. Right.
You got a couple of pair of sheets, but I do have my main joints that I rotate
Right.
up on the laundry. So
Right.
I do at least definitely twice a week, if more often than that.
Okay.
Well, and welcome to the show, guys. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right.
Some
Now,
people are
Rel,
not gonna like this answer, but go ahead.
but and guys in the chat room, you know how we give it up. Let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest. You know I tell all my business anyway, but let's be honest. How often do you wash those bed sheets? In your house. Well, how often do you do it?
Well, this is the other thing that you have to factor. It's based off of activity.
Yeah.
How active is your bedroom?
My bedroom is very active because if y'all guys don't know, if you do know, I'm a married guy, so I sleep with a woman every night, and God
Right.
bless her. God bless
God
her.
bless you. Yeah.
So there's a lot going on in the bed. Okay,
Right.
okay.
Right.
So that's one of the, and I'm the one who washes the sheets anyway. I do all of that. That's what I do. So
Okay.
I got a mental clock on how often I should wash my sheets. But yeah, if to go back to your question, yes, very active. My bed is very active.
Right.
Uh,
So
so I have to
now,
think.
to the bachelors in here, that may be dating, and if you're dating multiple women, or I don't know what you do, but based on the activity in the bedroom,
Yeah,
you're going to change your sheets quite frequently
gotcha.
if you're an active man, especially if you're dealing with multiple women. You're gonna definitely change those sheets frequently because somebody may come over, and things happen spontaneously. So now you got somebody, she comes over, you have a great night, you know, and now she leaves, and let's say you don't know who's coming next. Let's say let, let's say somebody else may pull up that night or a couple days later. So immediately after she leaves, those sheets have to be changed because they have to be changed immediately because you don't know. Now, if you know she's coming back, you gotta leave the sheets because she's gonna be like, why you changed the sheets? So it's based on the activity of the man and the woman.
and,
Women,
and
women, y'all like to, I don't know, some women like to keep certain sheets, like, I don't know how long they keep them for, but y'all like to be creative with your bed. You got 10 pillows.
yeah,
You got,
yeah.
you know what I mean? You got to match the sheets with the pillows. You feeling a different color this day. You wanted to match your nails that you just got done. You know what I'm saying? The sheets don't match your panties and your bras. So you need, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yo, bro, you are so right. I went to last Lynette Serrano. Sean, you are married, and how often do you and your wife change the sheets? I do the sheets. Like I said, I change the sheets at least. The max is 2 weeks, but I usually do it at least once a week. It's like an automatic clock. I just pull them off the bed and wash them along with the rest of the clothes. Which leads to this question to the ladies before we get into our situation. Rel, thank you. Everybody in the chat room, let's give a round of applause to Rel Holla for taking out time out of his busy schedule to rock with us. It's a two-part question for the men and the women, okay? And Nicole Harris and Lynette Serrano and all the others in the chat room. How often do women, how many times do you have to wear your bra, ladies, before you wash your bra? What's the average time for a woman to wash? How many wears does it take for you to wash your bra? And ladies, I want you to be honest. I want you to be honest. And fellas, I got a two-part. How many times do you wash that white T-shirt before you throw it in the garbage? Okay, because I wear a white T-shirt. I might wear that same white T-shirt 5 times and then have the ring around the collar and throw it in the garbage because I don't want to wash it because it's done.
I don't even buy white tees. I don't buy white underwear. I don't. Everything I buy is black. I don't buy no white. I don't buy no, and just for that reason alone. First of all, listen. Let me tell you something. Only wearing black underwear is saving me so much money because 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 9 times out of 10, you're gonna keep washing that black and it'll till it fades. I usually just throw stuff out when it gets a hole in it. Like once I see a hole, I'm like, oh, it gotta go. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, it's time for this to go. It got a hole. I don't even buy white. I don't even
Yo,
buy it.
bro, you bring up a good point. But ladies, how many times, and ladies in the chat room, be honest. And then Rel's going to talk a few minutes and then we're going to get out of here. Toxic Talk Thursday, Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, we're live. Back to his organic self. Well, you know what? I never thought about that, wearing the black t-shirt. But even when you do have black t-shirts and underwear, they do wear out. Even though like the color might wear out.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
or with the underwear, fellas, I wear a brief boxers pause, and then when they too old, when they start loosening up at the thigh, and you
right.
walk around look like you got on a mini skirt.
Yeah,
That's when you got to throw. You got to throw all that in the garbage, fellas.
yeah.
Ladies in the chat room, how many wears of the bra does it take for you to wash that bra again? Be honest. Now, well, the average is supposed to be between 3 and 4 wears for the
Mm,
ladies. For the ladies.
mm.
And then they have to wash the bra. Ladies
I
in the
think
chat,
isn't that also, but I think isn't that also based on their job too? Like based on what they do, right? Like, as if you sweating, it's one wear. If you sweating, it's one wear. It ain't, it ain't no two, three. It's one. Like, like if you got a job where you sweat, it's one.
it's right. If you right, if you sweating, it's one.
Yeah, it got to be
If
one.
if you're not sweating, now this is what they say online. Now, ladies, I don't see none of you ladies commenting about this in the chat room. Ladies, what's the average times that you wear your bra until you wash it? It says 3 to 4 times. Rel brings up a good point. If you out there sweating, it should be one time. Now, listen, we're gonna hand this over to Rel. Rel, we was talking the other day, and we talked. And guys, if you don't know, Rel, are you still single?
Yeah,
My God, what
I'm
is?
setting a record, right? I know, setting a record. Sean is Sean is nuts out here.
Well, let's start.
I don't went on Kendra and everything. I done,
No, I was so proud of you when you was on Kendra, and
yo,
the likes was up and the movement, and every time you put your thoughts on Instagram, I'm there with you.
right,
I'm on your journey. But
yeah.
Rel, what's going on, bro?
It's nuts out here, bro. It's not. It's like really. It's nuts. It's something wrong. It's I don't know if I don't know if it's because I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a couple good brothers. I got a couple good brothers. One of my boys, he um my boy James. He's a teacher. He's a good brother. I don't know. It ain't. I don't know what to. It's you know what I mean. Like, he's a professor, so he's not in the club. He's so that's why I can't even say you can't even say, oh, Rel, because you be outside or whatever. No, it's like it's a. But I also have learned that. I think I've also learned that. I saw a post the other day that said, it's good. It's harder out here for men that want to be married.
Right,
And I got to see the whole. I don't remember the whole thing, but somebody sent it to me. A friend of mine sent it to me based on something I just posted because I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm done. Nobody want to be married out here. Da, da, da. Like, there's a young lady that I know. She's about to turn 37, 8, maybe somewhere around there. She lives in Boston. Now I know her from here in New York. She moved to Boston.
right,
And the problem with her is, like, the conversation we had, she don't want to have kids.
right.
And I'm like, all right, well then I can't, like, I'm not also too going to deal with somebody and try and force you to change your mind, right? Because then that could also make the relationship bad as well. You know what I mean? There's another young lady that I actually did meet off Kendra, but she lives in Chicago. She got a daughter. Her daughter's in high school. Like I'm not moving to Chicago. I'm out, I'm
Yeah.
being real. Like moving to Chicago, I might as well stay here in New York. You know what I
Yeah, of
mean?
course, of course. But
Right.
Rel,
And
do you think that I know you set a bar on your expectations on a woman or relationships with a woman. And D'Lo, I got these off the internet. I don't know how often a woman wears a bra. I don't know. I'm just throwing a question out there, but I see none of y'all are answering it in the chat room. I see the men are answering the women's questions in the chat room. I asked the ladies, how often do you wear your bra before you wash it? The internet said 3 to 4 times. I see the men in there answer the question. And D'Lo, I don't see you answering anything or none of you. God bless. Well, you think you're ultra selective when it comes down to uh, 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 being in a relationship with a woman, or and it's a two-part question, or are you just destined to be by yourself?
I think the problem is finding somebody with the same mindset. It ain't even about like it's just the same mindset. Like I'm not caught up in the materialistic. We gotta be on doing it for the gram. We gotta be out here with the designer designer clothes. We gotta be taking the trips. We gotta be eating at all the fancy restaurants and still be. I'm not trying to still do all that and still be in the hood. That just don't make sense to me. Like
Right, right.
I really want to build something. My whole purpose is like, yo, I want to be with a person that this is my partner, that we coming together to build something and actually make a foundation so that if we do have kids, they ain't got to do none of what we had to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
but
I just feel
Rebel,
like it's a lot of women that's not on that. They so caught up in the Joneses. It's bad, especially in New York. New York is bad.
yeah, but Rel, I don't know. It might be me. I might be speculating, and you could answer the question. I feel some sadness in you right now, brother. I mean, I feel like my question to you is, Rel, are you lonely right now? Because you got lonely face right now, bro.
You know
Bro,
what's
you got
crazy?
everybody put a number one in the chat room if you think Rel Holla got lonely face.
You know what it really is though? Here's the crazy part is that like there's women that I have dealt with or maybe like I met and maybe they didn't and also too because of the stuff that I was into, like because I was doing the promotions and I was on the DJ. I'm not, which I'm not no more. I'm not with the union DJs no more. So I
Okay.
was, so being in that element and being in
Power
that
on.
in that industry, I feel like it made a lot of women like, yo, I can't deal with that. Like I can't deal with you know what I'm saying? But what it is, I think for me, right now, I just think that it's not even that I'm lonely. It's that like my mind is like focused on trying to I've tried some businesses that failed. And
Okay.
I think what it is for me now is that I feel like I want to be in a certain place. I feel like I should be in a certain place in life, and because I'm not there, is what makes me, like, yo, I
Gotcha.
need. So even more so now is like when I'm meeting women and they like, oh, like they on this materialistic stuff and all this. I'm like, I'm just like I can't do it. You know what I mean? Because
Gotcha.
I'm like as I see a bigger picture. And the bigger picture for me is actually like I want to get to a point where I don't have to go outside. Like I don't want to go outside no more. I like between the entertainment stuff, between driving,
Yes.
I'm outside. My goal is to get some passive income
Right.
that I ain't gotta be the richest man in the world, just enough
Yes.
to and just get my house with my movie theater room, my
Yes.
exercise room, my
Yes.
pool, my
Yes.
smoker, my
Yes.
charcoal grill, my gas grill, and I ain't gotta go nowhere. Got my man cave, my bar.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If anybody
Yeah.
could come over if they want, but I don't want to go nowhere.
Yes. You want to control your own destiny, and you taken personal inventory of yourself, and you know what bookmark you're at, and you got to achieve certain things, and then you can make those decisions. You are absolutely right, and I think we've all been there, and we're all going through it. And you're right. I've had failed businesses as well, and there's certain standards you want to bring to the table, and I get it. Now. First of all, guys, my sister's in the building, Serenity Car. Y'all show Serenity some love. She's new to the chat room, I believe. Serenity, God bless you. You came in at the tail end of the show. We truly appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all show Serenity some love and God bless. And Lynette, okay, I didn't see that you answered, and I apologize for that. But listen, we've come to the end. We're going to bring Rel back because the time's up. It was a dope show. We truly appreciate you. Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team, only place on earth where you get your morning start right with the one and only Rel Holla. Rel, we're going to give you the last word. And then, guys, we see you guys tomorrow, 8 a.m. live, 8 to 9 a.m. Only place on earth where you get your start morning start right. Rel, you got the last word, brother.
Yeah, no, I just want to say though too that the other thing that I feel like in the urban community, we definitely gotta fix. Um, we gotta stop being the brokest community, but the community that spends the most money. We gotta stop that. We gotta
Nick?
like change that. We gotta really start putting our money in places that really is going to really change our community. I mean, they're just everything is getting bought up right now. I don't know if y'all know Linden Plaza in Brooklyn. There's a whole big building right on Linden Boulevard in Brooklyn. It got balconies and everything. And I heard that somebody bought or company or investment firm, something bought the building. They're not renewing people's leases.
What?
They're not, they're evicting anybody who's behind on rent. So that way they could renovate the building and then charge some crazy rent.
Gotcha.
So
Right.
we got
See?
to change how we move.
So again, Rel's talking about change, how we move, and that's a great point. And thank you. Put a number one chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number two if you did. This was Toxic Talk Thursday, Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team with the one and only Rel Holla. You guys be safe out there. You guys be. Oh, let me call my daughter real quick. Let's see if she made it home, guys.
And thank you
Uh,
for having me. Appreciate you.
I'm here,
Peace and
Rel.
love you.
Yo, and tell mom that we gave mom a whole bunch of hearts in the chat room.
I'm gonna let her know.
Yeah, let her know that we showed her some love. Put a number one chat room if you enjoyed the show today. Put a number two if you didn't. I'm just calling my daughter to make. She said she was in the beginning of the show. If y'all missed it, she said that she was turning back home, turning back and going back home. So I just want to call her, make sure she got home. All right, she didn't pick up. I'll call her back. All right. Hey guys, we truly appreciate you, man. Yo, Rel, say goodbye to these folks, man.
Y'all appreciate y'all. Follow me, Rel Holla on everything. Thank you for having me, Shawn. You already know March 8th, I'm there because it's
No,
in Harlem and that's home and we outside for Shawn's
that's it.
birthday. Pull up.
That's it. Appreciate you. All right, we are out of here. We see y'all tomorrow. God bless.